We may or may not be live. Let's wait for confirmation. Restream is down. We're live. There it is.
Are we?
You,
Let me just check on
yeah,
the. Oh yeah,
yeah,
we are live.
yeah,
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Daily High with your host Matt McGregor and Tone Vase. We got restreamers down, so we're over here on Zoom with a bit of a throwback to how we used to do it, and we are live. Man, we've got some followers too. Hey, so Tone, good weekend. What'd you do? Anything special?
Did a lot of hiking. I
Mm.
posted to Instagram once again. Saw some monkeys, saw some sloths, like real hike, like out in the wild. So it was great. Went to my first horse racing event. That was fun. I lost on every horse I bet on. That's
Yeah,
makes
you're supposed to.
sense.
Hey, follow Tone on Instagram and follow me while you're at it. Tone, what is it? Just at Tone Vase? Is that it?
Yeah. Tone Base on Instagram. Make sure there's a check mark there. Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
so check out the videos. And yeah, still going strong with my health and wellness time spent. End of year, there's gonna be some, before and after pictures versus July. So I'm not
You,
gonna be at BTC sessions level, but I'm trying.
you guys don't know this about Tone Vase. I don't know how old he is. It's a mystery. Somewhere between 40 and 50. Could be anywhere in between. I don't know. A little bit older than me. You're older than me. But he's actually in terrific shape. Tone is in terrific shape. And if he puts effort into it, by the end of the year, he'll be in sensational shape, I bet.
All right, let's you remember how to do screen share on this thing? Go for
I
it.
do. I do. I do. I like this. It just comes up here. I don't have to click around. Okay, let's get into the nuts and bolts of this. I'm going to start right now. I'm going to start on the weekly time frame and work my way down. This is interesting, guys. I'm very, even though this is a false candle, as you know, but I'm very satisfied that we closed the week above the 30 simple moving average. My biggest fear from last week's show was that we would lose the 50 simple moving average. And it still might lose the 50 simple moving average. We'll cross that bridge when it comes. But as it stands, we didn't lose the 50 and we didn't lose the 30. So that puts us in a interesting place because really I could flatten this out and sort of like play with numbers a bit to make we're still in a range that we've been in for months. It doesn't look that bad when you flatten this thing out. Point being, we can recover from here without going to hell. And I'm gonna stay optimistic that we will. All we need to really do in my books on the weekly is just get above the seven simple moving average. I always say if we're above the seven, all of my moving averages from the 200, the 50, the 30, and the seven, if we're above all of them on the weekly time frame, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to worry about. But we're not there yet. So let's just review some of these oscillators. Did we get the oh look, imagine if we were to sustain. I'll paint you a really good picture. You want some optimism on this beautiful Monday morning? This thing, let's make this Copic curve reset, but just briefly. Just briefly, like one of these. We just reset the Copic curve and the price of Bitcoin remains above the 50 simple moving average. That is tremendously positive that if we round this thing off, well, first of all, we need to get below that copy curve. But let's just play devil's advocate. We get below, but we stay above the 50, and this thing rounds back over, puts in another purple candle, which you can see right here, the phantom back here, and then puts us in a really good spot for the next few quarters. That's me being really positive, and I like it. I think there's a high chance that we could do it, but we're not out of it yet. Going down to the daily time frame, this is of course the concern, right? That we came down, the wave turned red, we got down below the 200 simple moving average. We're having a bounce, which looks good for now, but we've still got a long way to go. And these moving averages are in that sort of spot, which is like also the spot of the breakdown. Getting above 114, 115 is going to be a challenge. But I echo the point that we get above these moving averages, and I think we got a really good shot at a recovery. He's not there yet. 4 hour time frame. Um, this is it once again. Put in a nice green diamond, but I mean we did back here as well, and that didn't eventuate to anything. But this one was the bottom, absolutely perfect. We're above all the moving averages now. Um, it's still a lower high. Do you know what I mean? Like it's nothing really yet. I mean, if we were stalled out at 105 here, I'd be extraordinarily uh, bearish, pessimistic, but we were able to get through. I think as long as this stays above that 106, I mean, we come back down here to 106, 105, and it's all over. I reckon we got some terrible pain to come, but I don't mind where it's sitting right now, and I'm happy to do it. And just while I'm talking about black box for a second, get across and get black box the trading bots, because even though I was extremely pessimistic when the price was lower, my Tone Vase MRI bot that I built went long at 107. It's in about $500 profit, so whatever percentage, I don't know, like a 30% profit or something like that. It went long when I didn't. And that's the beauty of having bots running, as well as your discretionary trading, as well as your hodl positions, as well as your long-term investment positions. It's just another part of the portfolio that can act even when you're asleep or not paying any attention. And it did. It got into that trade, and it's looking pretty good right now. Getting close to an MRI, top here on the 4 hour, but we'll review that. I'm coming off screen share, Tone. Um, where do we sit? I don't know. I don't know. It could roll over from here, or it could get a really good recovery. I know that's both playing devil's advocate. That's why I'm not in any trade in my discretionary account. I'm not convinced that there's a trade on right now. I need a little bit more time. Please like and subscribe. Please share it with your friends. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Tone, am I way off base here, mate, or we got something cooking?
I think we may have something cooking. Let me show you guys something really, really cool. Okay. So here is the monthly chart. The monthly chart is actually not that interesting. We have 10 days to go. We can still close, down here at 104, which would be disastrous. But we still have plenty of time to close at a new monthly high. Now, how is it going to look if we close at a brand new monthly high?
Look pretty good.
Made a new monthly swing high. Now, I will say, I don't like this. Well, I do and I don't like this consolidation. In a way, if we make it to an MRI top in consolidation below 125,000, that's consolidation setting us up for potentially one more leg to the upside. It was the massive blow off top on Bitcoin into year end that I would be considering for a big correction to the downside, kind of like what's happening in gold and silver. If the last 2 months of the year are going to look like these two candles on silver or these two candles on gold, I'm going to expect Bitcoin to massively correct early 2026. But if we make it to an MRI top on a monthly scale in gold, similar to what happened over here back in August of 2023, or back in, or even over here in June of 2024, that's not a blow off top, and hence we have room to go further up. Now, the monthly MRI top on gold in March of this year was more like a blow off top, which was also ignored, but I can't see how the next one is going to be ignored. But anyway, that's off tangent. Matt, check this out.
Yeah, mate. I'm
Here's
not. I'm
our
not. I'm not looking at my phone. I'm looking at the what's it called, the chat. I just don't. I can't access it on this
No,
thing.
I know,
So,
I know. But forget chat for a second.
yeah, all right,
Uh,
man. What do you got? What do you got for me?
Here's the daily chart of the MRI. And remember, I was talking about the spirit of the MRI situation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've
Mm,
been informed
I see.
that on Binance, which is a pretty
The biggest.
major exchange,
It's the
look
biggest.
what we had on Binance.
Yeah, yeah.
We
You,
had the MRI buy on Binance.
was it Friday's show that you said this? This is
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
coming to its own. What a
I said
excellent comment
on
you made.
Friday, I
Yeah.
bet you there are at least a few exchanges that will print an MRI buy, because this candle that broke it was so close, and
So
the next
close.
candle that broke it was so close. So there had to be some exchanges that did it. Now, this is
Mm.
why even on Friday, I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
This is where the MRI buy was supposed to be. And that's why I
Mm.
said we still have a little bit of a shot. Now, so far, so good, but we are just in the process of a 1 to 4 candle correction.
Yeah.
We
To the
gotta go,
downside. To the
well,
downside.
to the upside, the correction, like dead cat bounce.
I
A
mean,
one
yeah,
to
that's yeah,
right,
the roll. Yeah.
1 to 4 candle dead cat bounce with massive resistance
Yeah.
right here at 115.
Yeah.
Massive resistance. If we can go beyond 4 candles of upside and break 114, that everything is back on the table the way it was, as if Trump didn't open his fat mouth. And if we go to the S&P 500, look what's happening right now. I bet you he's walking back those sanctions against China because this was fucking stupid. And
Oh,
even though it was an MRI top, this all happened because of Trump's imaginary letter that China is, bullying countries with some kind of a letter on rare earth minerals.
mate,
As he
that
walks back the
before
stupidity,
you get before you
stocks go
get
to the
too
all-time high. Yeah.
before you get to, sorry, that's exactly what I wanted to say. This is what we spent the whole week talking about last week, that we were concerned when the price was lower. And if you were looking at Bitcoin in a vacuum, it started to look very scary. But we both said, and Baloo said I said on Baloo's show as well, if the S&P 500 recovers and starts to be putting in new all-time highs, regardless of what the technicals say on Bitcoin, I'm bullish Bitcoin. And look at
Yep.
that. That looks very, very exciting.
Yep. I mean, here they are lined up, right?
Yeah.
This is the big crash day, right? Bitcoin hit its MRI top. Like, remember, I was for months and months, for like 2 months, I was like, this is ridiculous. S&P is making new high after new high after new high for like 2 months straight. Bitcoin is making new highs almost every day, and Bitcoin is going down, down, down. And I'm like, Bitcoin has to catch up. And then in like 10 days, Bitcoin caught up and made an all-time high on the same day as S&P did, and then it all came crashing down with one press conference.
It's beautiful, mate. I'm copping fucking hate in the chat for interrupting you, and I apologize, guys. I'm just
No,
excited,
it's
you
fine.
know?
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's all good. It's all good. So this is the situation we're watching. As long as the S&P goes to new all-time highs, Bitcoin will have to catch up. Now, having said that, there is some issues in the Bitcoin fundamental side, which is the coding side of Bitcoin with the knots versus core version 30 debate, which has taken me out of retirement on Bitcoin content. And it's actually an important issue. There are going to be numerous more shows, and I don't want to, scream fire in a crowded movie theater yet. But let's see what happens around episode 5 of my series on trying to explain the situation, like Jimmy Song and I did during the last Fork Wars. Now, as a reminder, during the last Fork Wars of 2017, I will need to go to a logarithmic chart. Let me figure out how to do that. Shit. Is it this? It is this. Okay. Logarithmic. There we go. That's better. So if you recall, in 2017, the big controversy was happening going into the summer. So here we are. That's 2016. Here is 2017. And right here, this is where the controversy was. And this big jump in, in August is when the Bcash people forked off. But right here, I can even tell you the exact week. It was around April. that is when I was convinced that SegWit is going to win. And at that point, Bitcoin price took off. So the same thing could be true. If there are, concerns that there could be another fork, the moment you'll know when there is consensus on the future of Bitcoin, and I'll keep you guys posted on that front. Okay, so having said that,
Yeah.
I don't really have much else. We have a short-term chart. A short-term chart on the hourly is looking bullish to me, with the green star candle, even more bullish now. And the 4 hour is probably coming off an
It's
MRI
good.
top. There should be an MRI
No,
top
it's
right
next,
here.
I
Yep,
think.
there
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, come
We're
on.
coming in an MRI top. I mean, we've moved enough. I'm very happy with this 111, considering the last time we did a show, we were like pushing 104.
Yeah.
So we've done well. I'm okay with, staying at this level another day or two and going up tomorrow.
Every time I really like, I always talk about it, and it's always hard to explain because of the time zones. But market open, 9 a.m. Monday morning Asia time, is always my favorite time of the week to trade. While you guys are asleep, there's always action in that time, whether it's up or down, and it really sets the stage for the week to follow. Monday pumps are the best pumps.
Hey guys, I want to mention something else real quick. I don't have time to do it, but maybe later this week, Matt, remind me.
Yo,
Because either one of two things is gonna happen. Because I don't think you guys can see this right now. Let me switch my screen share.
just make sure you let me know what you're talking about later
Sure,
this week.
I will in 1 minute. Let me change screen shares.
Thanks for watching, guys. Chat's lively.
Can you? Okay, so this here was a presentation that I did. You can see the price of Bitcoin right here, and that's the halving. So this is a presentation I did about a week before the halving. So we're talking like April of last year. So right now the price is here at this orange line. And it was a presentation talking about the bullish cycle that's about to start in Bitcoin in in terms of the halving cycle. And I talked about all of these statistics, addresses with 1 Bitcoin and all these on-chain metrics, like hodl waves. This was my presentation. This was an in-person presentation.
Where? Where was the presentation?
It was, I believe it was at BitBlock Boom.
All right.
Right before the halving.
Yep.
BitBlock Boom right before the halving. So it was mostly an on-chain kind of thing. Really cool. And they asked me to do a presentation virtually this weekend or on Thursday, which I didn't get to do because there was technical issues. It was going to be in Russian anyway, so you guys would not have understood it. But I prepared all these tabs because Tone Base loves tabs. So what I was going to do was I was going to pull up this because I was lazy. I didn't want to make a new presentation and make new circles and use my favorite app of anyway. I didn't want to spend
Paint.
like
Paint.
3 days making a new presentation. So what I was going to do was I was going to show the old presentation from a year and a half ago and then pull up the current look of the same chart. So for example, if I go to this first picture of hodl waves, I was then going to pull this up and show the current chart of hodl waves, and here it is. And I was going to try to analyze live on air whether the bull cycle is over. So I never got to do this presentation this weekend, but I have the tabs ready to go.
Well,
so,
what's the answer? Yes or no?
I don't know. I was going to analyze it live on air. I don't have an answer.
Just let me know. Are we finished? Are we good?
I don't know, right? So what I was going to do was I was just going to go one by one. Okay, here's what it looked like when the bull cycle was about to start. Let's see what it looks like now. And is the bull cycle ready to top? And we can all find out together sometime this week. I'm going to need at least half an hour.
Why don't you do that on our show? For Christ's sake. What do you have?
I
What are
am
you
gonna
saving
do
it
it on
for
our
you?
show. I am gonna do it, but
The
we need a
messages, the chat section says Tone Vase is a Russian plant, and you're just talking about doing a show in Russian but not giving it to us. It's
I
not
am
helping
gonna
your
give it to you,
case.
right? Like we need a dedicated show for this, and we should do it sometime this week.
Cool. Let's do it.
Right, but I'm just telling you what it's gonna be because the sooner I do the show, the sooner I can close, 30 tabs.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Okay. All right. So I'll like redo the presentation and then like flip to the next thing. All right. So
Fantastic.
that's on cue for later this week.
Yep. Yep.
All right. Now, real quick, I know a lot of people asked for some tickers. I am a little curious. What were they? There was someone asked for something. Oh yeah, U.S. dollar versus the Argentinian peso. I'm curious, so we're gonna go look at that. Uh, this is man, I can't believe this. Like, look at this, beautiful, perfect. I wish this happened on the index and I didn't have to, selectively select Binance. It kind of sucks, but it's cool. It's still cool looking. FX versus Argentina. US dollar versus what's the Argentina?
Peso.
ARP? Argentine peso? Like, I don't know what the ticker is. Okay, so USD Argentina. There it is. There it is. Found it.
Yeah.
There. No, USD versus ARS. There it is. Okay. So it's ARS. There it is. Oh, it's right there. Okay. Let's go and look. Fucking Christ.
Yeah.
I got the craziest story about Argentine pesos, man. I need to I think I'm gonna so I have Argentinian pesos. This is so sad, man. This is why Tone Vase is broke. So you want to hear the funniest story?
Yeah, sure.
So in 2016, in 2016, I don't remember what month. I have to, Google tracks my travels. So, our phones are tracking devices. I believe it was early 2016, somewhere over here, maybe. I was in Buenos Aires for a Bitcoin event. It was in 2016. I was at a Bitcoin event. So right here. Fucking Christ. And I'm leaving Argentina and I have Argentinian pesos. And it was 80 US dollars worth of pesos. I don't know. It wasn't that much. It was like, I don't know, maybe like 400. Well, you can see the exchange rate, right? It's 14 to 1. So 80 times 14. So add a zero, that's 800 and
It's pretty
multiply
thick.
by 2. So it wasn't that much, It was let's say, yeah, so it was 15 to 1, $80 worth. So in pesos, that would be like 1,500 pesos, right? That's what I have on me. And they have like $100 peso. It's only like maybe 8 bills, right? It's not a lot of bills, like 8 bills, but it's $80 worth of pesos. I have the ability right then and there to convert it to zero point 0.2 Bitcoin as I'm leaving the conference to go to the airport, right? 0.2 Bitcoin. And then I get like into a conversation, I get a little lazy, and I don't do it. So I get to the airport and I have the same dilemma. I can convert these pesos into $80 worth of dollars before I fly back to the US.
Yeah.
And here's what I say to myself. And it's 2016. Uber is not as popular as it is now. I'm like, you know what? I love Buenos Aires. It's awesome. I'm going to be back here so soon. It would be great to have some taxi money in my pocket. I go back to the US. I still have not been back to Argentina. I have the
Yeah.
$80 worth of pesos in my drawer that is now worth about 25 US cents.
Yeah, and it could have been worth 21,000 US dollars at the same time.
Correct. It could have been worth 20 or at least $80 worth of dollars, right? Like either
Yeah.
way, it's I'm gonna frame them as a reminder of my stupidity because it's not like I don't know what Bitcoin is. I'm at a
Yeah.
Bitcoin conference, right? Like this isn't hindsight. This isn't somebody saying, I wish I bought Bitcoin back in 2009 or 2010. I'm like, no, you didn't know what Bitcoin was in 2010. Don't give me this bullshit. You wish you could have bought it. Yeah, I wish I could have owned land in Texas in
Right.
1892 and with all the oil there, right? Like
You know what's crazy, Tone? Either we've been doing this for so long. I don't think I've missed a Tone Vase. I mean, before I started doing shows with you, I never missed a show in like 7 years. But now I do shows with you. I can't stand your voice when I'm not doing the show with you. Uh, I've heard this story before. Like we're like an old married couple at this point. I've heard this story
right.
somewhere before, you know?
So yeah, so there's Argentinian peso.
Oh.
It doesn't tell me anything.
There's
It tells
barely a red candle there. Look at that. It's like barely a red
Dude,
candle in
like I was always skeptical
these are
of
months.
Malay, and clearly the only thing changed in Argentina is that instead of Argentina potentially solving its problems by joining the BRICS, it is escalating its problems by turning its back on BRICS and aligning with the United States, which has zero interest for the Argentinian people. And good luck with Malay. Your libertarian savior is doing absolutely nothing except creating more
Well,
trouble for
he
Argentina.
didn't he
That's
didn't
my view
buy
on
he
that political
didn't
situation.
buy any Bitcoin as far as I know, right? When he promised he would.
No,
He,
but he
he
shipped all of his gold out of the country.
but he ran on the basis that we were going to be like a Bitcoin friendly country and whatnot and put a treasury in place and I mean
Oh
I'm
no,
not
no, he was a total plant. He was a. I mean, I recognized it going into the election. I debated it with people. He's a total U.S. CIA plant that got put into Argentina, and no matter what happens to Argentina, United States wins. Here's your scenario. By putting Malay in charge of Argentina, the United States has one of two possibilities. One, Malay kicks Argentina out of the BRICS,
bricks.
which they were invited to and were becoming a full member. So now Argentina has all of its economic and social alignment with the United States. That's going to create trouble in Latin America with their neighbors. Or B, and B, this libertarian is going to drive the country into the ground, and then the United States will say, see, this is what happens when you elect an anti-government libertarian to
Mm.
office. And both things are actually happening. Both things became true. So the United States will now get to claim this is what happens when you elect a non-politician libertarian. Your country's turned to shit, and now we have to bail you out, and it's a U.S. aligned country. So you got the best of both worlds. Good job,
Yeah.
Argentina.
Yeah, I mean I don't want to shit on the Argentinian people. They're bloody good people. But let's fucking close this show off. It's been a long enough. Been a good
Right.
show.
Look, I love the election of non-politicians as long as they're not like, put there by
Yeah.
the United States government.
Yeah.
Uh, okay. Let's okay, sorry, real quick. There's I'm just gonna glance at a few tickers. This will be speed round. I just got sidetracked with the Argentine peso. Yeah, it's gonna keep going to shit. That's not gonna change.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is. Hopefully it's the stock.
Oh,
Uh, oh, it's doing well, but a monthly is not useful. Doing very
all
well,
right.
and
Yeah.
it's coming up on an MRI top on a weekly. Probably too late for me to buy into it. Beautiful buy of the MRI. We've looked at this before. Yep, ignored the MRI top, but I think it's a little too late. I mean, if it's a long-term play, sure, but not short-term. RZVL. Uh, I don't know what that is. DVLT.
Data.
Well, same
Okay.
thing, right,
Yeah.
guys? You need to point these things out when they're on
Yeah.
a weekly MRI buy inside a monthly MRI buy, not after the move has already happened, right?
Just pull up the monthly for a second because I get a feeling. was
Oh, look at
hoping.
that. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's great. It still has a lot of room to go to $30, but what the hell? How is this? I don't know what this is. Like, I don't know if it'll go to $30. This is the tone base rule of a 50% correction after IPO, but this was more like a 99.9999999%
Yeah.
correction after
Yeah.
IPO.
But
Uh,
buy this and sell it at $26 and you'll do well. Let's go.
Honestly, I don't know what this is. I would
Who
not
knows?
touch this
Doesn't
with a
matter.
10-foot pole.
It's Data Vault AI Inc. That's big stuff.
But like, how do you go down 99.99% and then recover? I don't know what. Maybe someone bought this company. Maybe someone bought. I have no idea. This is the
Doesn't
one of
matter.
the weirdest stocks I've ever seen. Yeah, but the time to point it out was, this week, this week, or maybe early the following week. I mean, that's when you point
Yeah,
to it.
it's run it. It's
But
almost run its course.
yeah, but
It's
considering it's been going down ever since inception, I
yeah,
don't see how I could have possibly bought this thing, even with extensions A, C, B. I mean,
you wouldn't
it
have.
was
I
perfect. It was
yeah, I thought
perfect if this was the IPO. If the IPO was at $2, if
yeah.
the IPO was at $2.50, this is the perfect buy. But this thing
See,
clearly, reverse uh merged like
look,
that's one million
it's
six hundred thousand, right? That's not
it's
even.
dog shit. It's dog shit. It's a total dog shit stock. I mean, look at it's ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. Don't I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole, man.
That's absolutely crazy. I
Yeah.
want to try RZVL one more time. Yeah, no, I don't know what that is. Maybe someone misspelled it. Okay. And on that note, we
Yep.
are gonna call it a day.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much for sticking with us on these old Zoom things. Someone just says, yeah, it's just another shit coin. Yeah, it's just another shit coin. All right. Come off screen share. Let's go. What is that? You got one more for us?
Oh, that's the other one. That's resolved.
All right.
Um, it's a little bit better.
No, I don't.
I,
Is
I
it?
I wouldn't touch
Okay.
these things. They have to be
Scary.
so liquid. It's
It's
crazy.
terrifying.
Yeah.
The
Uh,
MACD looks good.
Beautiful, beautiful MRI buy on a monthly though.
Check out the MACD on the monthly. But I mean, what are we doing? What are we
Yeah.
doing here? Come on, guys.
All right. We're gonna call it a day, and yeah, I want to do that fundamental thing to see if the bull cycle's over. That'd be that would be a great show.
Yeah, I've got a note here. Tone's Russian spy show. All right. Thank you so much for
Perfect.
joining us once again. What a lovely Monday. I think we got a real good shot at this, but we're not out of the woods yet. But we'll be with you tomorrow, hopefully. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining. Like and subscribe. Share with your friends.